कर्नाटक में नफरत की बाजार बंद हुई है, मोहब्बत की दुकानें खुली हैं।
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Gargi Rawat, and the winner in Karnataka is the Congress party. The Congress all set to return to power in the state, while the BJP has lost its only bastion in the south. It's a citadel, as we called it, the BJP citadel in the south. The Congress already talking about South India Mukt BJP. But we'll get you all the reactions, all the big statements that have been made. The question now is, who will be the Chief Minister of Karnataka? Will it be Mr. D.K. Shiv Kumar, the feisty leader who was really seen leading this campaign that the Congress had in Karnataka? Or will it be the former Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Siddaramaiah? That question will be answered perhaps by tomorrow. Today we do know there's going to be a key meeting of the Congress party to decide on this issue, and we've also learned from our sources that the decision will be to leave it to the Congress High Command. So perhaps in the next day or two we will find out who is going to be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. Mr. D.K. Shiv Kumar won his seat by 1,20,000 votes, and that is a record there. So he's won his seat by 1,20,000. He did say this time that he would be winning by a record margin, and he has delivered there as well in a very tearful response after it was quite certain that the Congress was going to win. He broke down. He even said that Sonia Gandhi had visited him in jail. Remember, he had been put in jail under various charges, and he said at that time I had promised to deliver Karnataka to her. So that is the big question now. Who will be the Chief Minister of Karnataka? Also, what does this mean now going forward to the political landscape of the country? What does this mean for 2024? Does it mean anything for 2024? All these are, questions that we're going to ask. And to talk more about this, we're joined in a studio. We have with us Desh Ratan Nigam, political analyst, someone who supports the BJP, Kartikeya Batra, political researcher, Ajoy both here with us, author and columnist, and Sanjal Shastri, an independent researcher. Now, Ajoy, before we began, you were talking about this question of 2024, and that is what everyone is talking about. What would it mean going forward? In my view, while it may not mean so much for the BJP, I'm sorry, I'll have to wait to hear from you on that. We'll have to go across to where UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is speaking.
प्रदेश के पूर्व अध्यक्ष और प्रदेश के सरकार के जल शक्ति मंत्री श्री स्वतंत्र देव सिंह जी, प्रदेश संगठन के शिल्पी, संगठन महामंत्री सम्मान्य श्री धर्मपाल जी, मंत्रिमंडल के मेरे अन्य सहयोगी और संगठन के हमारे सभी पदाधिकारियों के साथ ही सहयोगी दल श्री निषाद पार्टी के श्री डॉक्टर संजय निषाद जी और अपना दल एसके श्री आशीष पटेल जी समेत पार्टी के सभी पदाधिकारी और कार्यकर्ताओं की ओर से मैं आपका हृदय से अभिनंदन करता हूं। मित्रों, उत्तर प्रदेश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं की मेहनत, सरकार और संगठन के बेहतर समन्वय, आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के सुयोग्य और यशस्वी नेतृत्व और उनके मार्गदर्शन में उत्तर प्रदेश नगर निकाय के चुनाव में भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने अब तक की सबसे बड़ी विजय प्राप्त की है। 17 नगर निगमों में पहली बार भारतीय जनता पार्टी सभी नगर निगमों में एक साथ पूर्ण बहुमत के साथ विजय प्राप्त करने में सफल हुई है। इसके साथ ही जो 17 नगर निगम हैं, इनमें से 3 नगर निगम नए गठित हुए थे, जिनमें अयोध्या, मथुरा वृंदावन और शाहजहांपुर। मथुरा वृंदावन और अयोध्या में विगत वर्ष चुनाव संपन्न हुए थे और शाहजहांपुर में पहली बार चुनाव हुआ है। 17 के 17 नगर निगमों में, जिनमें से हर एक नगर निगम 5 लाख से लेकर के 50 लाख मतदाताओं या आबादी के बीच का होता है और इतनी बड़ी आबादी की जनता को प्रदेश के अंदर बुनियादी सुविधाएं उपलब्ध कराने, उनके समग्र विकास और उन्हें स्मार्ट सिटी के रूप में विकसित करने के आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के विजन को डबल इंजन सरकार ने जिस प्रभावी तरीके से आगे बढ़ाया है, आज ये जनादेश सबके सामने है। प्रदेश के अंदर 200 नगर पालिकाएं, जिनमें से 199 में चुनाव संपन्न हुए हैं। 2017 में भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने 60 नगर पालिकाओं में विजय प्राप्त की थी। इस वर्ष भारतीय जनता पार्टी का ये आंकड़ा विगत वर्ष से यानी 2017 से दोगुने से अधिक सीटें भारतीय जनता पार्टी नगर पालिकाओं में भी प्राप्त कर रही है। नगर पंचायतें पिछले 5 वर्ष के दौरान प्रदेश में नई नगर पंचायतों का गठन भी हुआ है। जो बड़ी ग्राम पंचायतें थीं और 20,000 की आबादी से अधिक की आबादी के जो ग्राम पंचायतें थी, उन्हें नगर पंचायत के रूप में विकसित करके नगरीय सुविधाओं से आच्छादित करने का जो अभियान था, उसी क्रम में लगभग 112 से अधिक नए नगर निकाय गठित हुए थे। कुल मिलाकर के 545 नगर निकायों में यानी नगर पंचायतों में भी चुनाव संपन्न हुए थे और भारतीय जनता पार्टी इस बार नगर पंचायतों में भी अभूतपूर्व सफलता प्राप्त की है। 2017 से 2.5 गुना से अधिक सीटें भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने इस चुनाव में इसमें भी सफलता प्राप्त की है। इसके अलावा नगर निगम में 1420 वार्ड हैं, जिनमें पार्षदों का चयन होना था, चुनाव होना था। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने इससे पहले 17 में 596 पे विजय प्राप्त की थी और अब तक जो कुल परिणाम आए हैं 794 में से 438 भारतीय जनता पार्टी पहले ही जीत चुकी है। पार्षदों में भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये मान करके चलें कि पिछली बार की तुलना में दुगने पार्षद भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नगर निगमों में जीत रहे हैं। ऐसे ही 1367 नगर पालिका परिषद के पार्षद हैं। विगत वर्ष 17 में 923 पार्षद भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जीते थे। इस बार अभी तक 1300 यानी 5327 में से 1367 के परिणाम सामने आ चुके हैं, जिनमें से 638 भारतीय जनता पार्टी अभी जीत चुकी है और ये संख्या काफी ज्यादा आगे बढ़ने जा रही है। यानी पहले की तुलना में भारतीय जनता पार्टी लगभग दुगने से अधिक पार्षद इसमें भी जीतने जा रही है। ऐसे ही नगर पंचायतों में भी 7177 पार्षद चयन होने थे। विगत चुनाव में भारतीय जनता पार्टी को 664 कुल पार्षद प्राप्त हुए थे। अब तक 2457 में से जो परिणाम आए हैं, उनमें से 933 भारतीय जनता पार्टी पहले ही जीत चुकी है और अभी काफी बड़ी संख्या में परिणाम आने जा रहे हैं। ये मान के चले लगभग 4720 के परिणाम आने बाकी हैं। इसमें बहुतायत भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पक्ष में ये परिणाम जा रहे हैं। ये सभी रुझान इस बात को प्रदर्शित करते हैं कि 4 करोड़ 32 लाख मतदाताओं ने, यानी 6 करोड़ से अधिक आबादी नगर निकाय में उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर निवास करती है, जिसमें 17 नगर निगम, 200 नगर पालिकाएं, 545 नगर पंचायतें हैं। इन सभी को अगर हम जोड़ करके देखेंगे तो यह 762 नगर निकाय कुल आते हैं। 762 नगर निकाय में एक का पहले चुनाव हो चुका था। झांसी में एक नगर पंचायत और एक नगर पालिका और गौतम बुद्ध नगर में एक नगर पंचायत सर्वसम्मति से भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बोर्ड पहले ही वहां गठित हो गया। ये चीजें दिखाती हैं कि डबल इंजन सरकार ने प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के मार्गदर्शन में, उनके नेतृत्व में सुशासन, विकास और सुरक्षा का जो एक बेहतर वातावरण उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर बनाया है, उसको यह जनादेश प्राप्त हुआ है। और शासन की चीजों को, डबल इंजन सरकार के कार्यक्रमों को जमीनी धरातल तक पहुंचाने के लिए हमारे नगर विकास मंत्रालय विभाग ने, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं ने जिस तत्परता के साथ कार्य किया है, चुनाव में बेहतर समन्वय हम सबकी बेहतर ताकत थी, सबसे मजबूत ताकत थी, उसका ये परिणाम हमारे सामने है। विगत वर्ष जब 2017 में चुनाव हुए थे, उस समय 16 नगर निगमों में चुनाव हुए थे और 16 नगर निगमों के चुनाव जो संपन्न हुए थे, उनमें से 14 भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जीती थी, 2 बहुजन समाजवादी पार्टी ने जीती थी। पहली बार 17 की 17 नगर निगम भारतीय जनता पार्टी जीत करके एक ऐतिहासिक जनादेश को प्राप्त की है। इसके साथ ही उत्तर प्रदेश में 2 विधानसभा के उपचुनाव भी संपन्न हुए हैं। एक 96 जो विधानसभा थी, वह हमारे सहयोगी दल अपना दल एस के विधायक से राहुल प्रकाश के दिवंगत होने के कारण खाली हुई थी। इस सीट को भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी गठबंधन अपना दल एस ने यहां पर समाजवादी पार्टी को परास्त करके सीट जीती है। और दूसरी सीट सुआर रामपुर जनपद की है, जो समाजवादी पार्टी के सदस्य की अयोग्यता के कारण यह सीट खाली हुई थी, उनकी सदस्यता समाप्त होने के कारण सीट खाली हुई थी। इसे भी हमारे सहयोगी दल, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सहयोगी दल, गठबंधन के सहयोगी दल अपना दल एस के प्रत्याशी ने भारी बहुमत से यह सीट भी जीत करके दोनों उपचुनाव में भी वहां पर झंडा गाड़ने का काम किया है। मैं उत्तर प्रदेश के दोनों विधानसभा उपचुनाव के मतदाताओं के प्रति 17 नगर निगम, 199 नगर पालिका और 559 जो हमारे नगर पंचायतें हैं, 544 नगर पंचायतें हैं, इनके सभी मतदाताओं के प्रति मैं हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। पूरा चुनाव शांतिपूर्ण ढंग से संपन्न हुआ है। आप आश्चर्य करेंगे, 4 करोड़ 32 लाख से अधिक मतदाता इस नगर निकाय चुनाव में भागीदार बने थे। 6 करोड़ से अधिक की आबादी नगर निकायों में उत्तर प्रदेश में निवास करती है और शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से सभी चुनाव संपन्न हुए हैं। राज्य निर्वाचन आयोग को, भारत निर्वाचन आयोग को इन चुनावों को सकुशल संपन्न कराने के लिए हृदय से धन्यवाद देते हुए मैं अपनी पूरी मशीनरी को भी, प्रशासन, पुलिस और सभी राजनीतिक दलों को भी, जिन्होंने आचार संहिता के पालन को मान करके पूरे संयम के साथ चुनाव की व्यवस्था को लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों में विश्वास करते हुए संपन्न करने में योगदान दिया है और नगर निकाय के चुनाव उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर संपन्न हो रहे हैं। मैं इस अवसर पर इन सबको भी हृदय से धन्यवाद देता हूं। एक बार फिर से आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं के परिश्रम, मंत्रिमंडल के मेरे सभी सहयोगियों के द्वारा किए गए प्रयास, संगठन के द्वारा बनाई गई व्यूहरचना का परिणाम है कि प्रदेश के मतदाताओं ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी को यह जनादेश दिया है। मैं इस जनादेश के लिए उत्तर प्रदेश के नगर निकाय में निवास करने वाले सभी मतदाताओं का, दोनों उपचुनावों के सभी मतदाताओं के प्रति भी हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं और विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार विकास, सुरक्षा और सुशासन के लिए जो उनकी मंशा है उसके अनुरूप परिणाम देने के लिए पूरी तत्परता के साथ कार्य करेगी।
Yogi Adityanath there talking about the BJP's performance in the municipal election. But let's now go across to where Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is speaking on the Karnataka results.
कर्नाटका की जनता को बहुत बहुत दिल से बधाई देना चाहती हूँ और उन्होंने पूरे देश में आज ये संदेश दे दिया है कि जो राजनीति जनता चाहती है वो अपनी समस्याओं के समाधान की राजनीति चाहते हैं। अपने मुद्दों पर बात होनी चाहिए। हमारा पूरा प्रचार हिमाचल प्रदेश ने भी यही दिखाया। हमारा पूरा प्रचार यही रहा था कि जनता के मुद्दों पर हमें बात करनी चाहिए। वो मुद्दे हैं महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, भ्रष्टाचार। जनता विकास चाहती है और आज से दोनों हिमाचल प्रदेश और कर्नाटका ने इस देश को साबित कर दिया है कि ध्यान भटकाने वाली राजनीति अब नहीं चलेगी। कर्नाटका की जनता ने अपना ध्यान एकदम केंद्रित रखा, अपने मुद्दों पर रखा और ऐसा निर्णय लिया कि जो वहाँ पे जो भ्रष्ट सरकार थी उसको निकाला गया। तो सबसे पहले जैसे मैंने कहा उनको बहुत बहुत बधाई। फिर हमारे परम आदरणीय कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष जी खारगे जी और पूर्व अध्यक्ष जी श्री राहुल गांधी जी, उन्हीं के नेतृत्व में ये चुनाव लड़ा गया, उन्हीं की अगुवाई थी। भारत जोड़ो यात्रा में राहुल गांधी जी ने जो कर्नाटका से यात्रा निकाली उसमें जो 91 शायद या 91 से विधानसभा थी उनमें से 75% जीती गई है कांग्रेस द्वारा। कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष जी ने मन बनाया कि कांग्रेस को जिताना ही है। 1 महीने से वे कर्नाटका में रहे, उन्हीं के नेतृत्व में पूरा संचालन हुआ। श्री सिद्धरामैया जी और श्री DK शिव कुमार जी को भी बहुत बहुत बधाई। सारे जितने भी कर्नाटका में कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ता हैं उन सब ने अथक परिश्रम किया। उन्हीं के परिश्रम की वजह से आज ये जीत हासिल हुई है। तो अब हम सबके दिल में यही बात होनी चाहिए कि एक बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। हमने कुछ वादे किए हैं, कुछ गारंटीज दिए हैं जनता को, इनको पूरा करने के लिए हमें काम करना है और पूरी निष्ठा से जनता को ये दिखाना है कि एक अलग तरह की एक नई राजनीति इस देश में उभर सकती है जो विकास की बात करे, जो जनता के मुद्दों पर आधारित हो। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
देश के अंदर एक आवाज उठने लगी है, राहुल गांधी प्रधानमंत्री बनेंगे, कितना सहमत हैं?
देखिए, जैसे मैंने कहा एक बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। हम जनता के सामने गए कुछ गारंटीज लेकर, हमें उन्हें पूरा करना है। जनता के लिए हमें काम करना है और आगे जनता ही बताएगी क्या होगा।
ये बजरंगबली की जीत है।
All right, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra there speaking in Himachal Pradesh where she was on the election results, talking about how the Congress and thanking the people of Karnataka, also saying they made promises to the people of Karnataka and their aim now is to fulfill that. We heard the journalist asking about that one comment that has been made that Rahul Gandhi should now be projected as Prime Minister. She said right now our focus is on what our responsibility is to the people of Karnataka. Congress leading in 137 seats, so a sweeping win. And there you can see pictures of Mr. Kharge and mithai also being exchanged between the Congress leaders, Mr. Surjewala, who was the in charge of the Congress in Karnataka. But the question now is who will be the Chief Minister and what does this mean going forward for Indian politics for 2024? We have in studio with us our guests who I introduced earlier. We also have with us Mohan Vishwa, BJP leader, and Ikram Sandhu, a Congress leader, joining us. Ikram Sandhu, first to you, congratulations on the performance of the Congress party. And the big question now is when will we know who will be the Chief Minister of Karnataka?
Good evening to all. Today is a joyous moment for all of us. And more than the Congress, I believe it's a very joyous moment for the whole nation. The people of Karnataka have shown the way that hatred, division, and pitting a brother against a brother will not work. So BJP has been consigned to the dustbin, and Congress will come and solve the issues of the people. Now, to do that, we need a government, as the question you have asked, and I can assure you, the CLP is meeting tomorrow at 12 noon. Most of the MLAs who will get their certificates either today evening or tomorrow morning will be in Bangalore by that time. And Mr. Kharge is already there in Bangalore. So you can be pretty assured that in the next 48 hours, we will know who's heading this government. Plain and simple as that.
All right. Mohan Vishwa, what do you feel went wrong for the BJP?
See, in the democracy, we have to accept both, the win and loss. So we do accept the people mandate over here. And we do see, still we have not got the detailed report of all the constituencies. Once we get that, we do analyze what happened, what went wrong, what and all has happened. Probably the Congress strategy would have worked. They would have reached people better than us. That's what it looks like as of now. And also there were, certain constituencies where we lost by hardly very less margin. So why we lost? Say, for example, in Bangalore itself, 2 places we lost, in 100 votes. It hurts a lot, 100 votes. Okay. So these kind of things we will analyze, and we will rework ourselves and get it prepared for 2024, the general elections.
All right. And the Prime Minister's campaigning, that's something that's become quite a trademark for the BJP. You have the Prime Minister going into the state, which is headed for elections, and doing this wall-to-wall campaigning, road shows, etc. And he did it here as well. He even put out a message to the people of Karnataka the day after campaigning closed. And even then, do you think, that didn't work, or is that why you feel you still managed to get, you're saying some of the seats were very closely fought?
See, always the people of Karnataka, if we see in the past also, their voting pattern is totally different when it comes to assembly, when it comes to union election. And the Prime Minister visited our state a lot from past 10 months to 1 year. If we take, he has visited for inaugurating a lot of developmental activities, which is done by our double engine government. The impact of Prime Minister can be seen in Bangalore city itself, where we were able to retain all the 15 seats with good amount of margin, and we lost 3 in hardly 100 numbers. So that has worked out for us in the city of Bangalore. The rest of the state, as I said, we have to analyze each and every constituency in detail. And, the state election and the central elections are totally different. And by sitting in the opposition party, we do take up the responsibility, and we will ensure that Congress should implement whatever guarantees they were given in the manifesto or the, those things which they went into the people, that we are going to do it. And they should implement it. That's what they have to do. What they have been promised.
Sandhu, I saw you want to reply to that.
Yeah, Gargi, thanks, Sarkar, for that. I was there last week, and there was a comparison. This was ordinary voters who gave me this comparison, and this is verbatim that they said. They said that in October, Mr. Rahul Gandhi was in Karnataka during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and he walked with us on our dusty bylanes. And here is the Prime Minister who sits in a 1 crore SUV, air-conditioned on, and you have these electric pumps which are showering petals on him. So they said, they call him the Yuvraj, but actually he's the Shahenshah. And this is actually a thing that the common voter told us. And that is where we realized that this election has tilted. Because Mr. Modi since 2014 has been going about that I am the fakir, main to jhola leke aaya tha, jhola leke chale jaunga. And people have now realized, and Kannadikas have shown the way, that here is a man who's a past master at, playing the victim card, but actually he's the Shahenshah, and the one that they call the Yuvraj has walked with them, understood their problems, heard what they had to say, and made 5 simple promises to take care of the needs of the people, and those will be delivered and implemented in our first 1 month of government. That is assurance that we give people.
We can also see those celebrations at the Congress office. But yes, Mohan Vishwa, quickly just respond to that, and I'll go across to my guests as well.
See, I thought at least my Congress friend, at least during celebration will not lie. See, what was Manmohan Singh doing when he was a Prime Minister? He was also going in the same SUV, right? And we saw what threat Mr. Prime Minister Modi had in the state of Punjab.
Situation.
He wasn't an event manager. He didn't have lakhs and lakhs of
these kind of immature comments should not be made on the day of celebration. I do congratulate him.
call
I
the
do
voter
congratulate
immature,
Congress.
that is what your problem is.
It's
The voter is
a
never
highly
immature,
immature
the voter is
statement.
always right.
All
It's
right,
a
we'll
Prime
have to leave
Minister
it there.
protocol.
Thank you both for
It's
joining
Prime
us.
Minister's protocol.
Let me
Prime
also
Minister
go across to
protocol
my
doesn't
colleague
mean that we
Pratibha, who
shall
joins us
tax and
from
lapse of the
Bengaluru.
political
And
movement.
Pratibha, tell us, the big question now is that who will become the Chief Minister? And we believe there are going to be meetings. Today there's a key meeting. Tomorrow at noon, the CLP. But even then, it seems that the final decision is going to be left to the Congress High Command.
Well, that's right. I mean, much has been said about Congress's victory, yes, but right now all roads lead to Mr. Kharge's residence, and I have placed myself a few meters away from the residence due to signal issues. But then most of the leaders have already visited Mr. Kharge, starting from Mr. Surjewala to KC Venugopal, who have given Mr. Kharge their congratulatory messages, distributed sweets. And right now what we see is Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, who's just made an entry into Mr. Kharge's residence. There will be a high-level meeting that will be held among all the top leaders of the Congress, and soon after the MLAs arrive from their respective constituencies, there will be a legislature party meeting that will be held likely tomorrow, where they would unanimously select a CM candidate, and that would be a choice between D.K. Shivkumar as well as Siddaramaiah. And post that, this decision would be conveyed to the High Command, who will then take a call and perhaps give the throne, the CM's throne, to either D.K. Shivkumar or Siddaramaiah.
All right, Pratibha, thanks so much for joining us. Pratibha, they're reporting from outside Mr. Kharge's residence, and that seems where everyone is currently headed as the Congress celebrates their sweeping win in Karnataka. Now, let's talk about what this victory means. And Ajoy Bose, first to you, what does this mean going forward for the Congress as well as for the BJP?
Well, firstly, I think as far as the Congress is concerned, it gives them a boost. I mean, for a party which has been really down in the dumps, fading almost across India, no longer the dominant party, and really now becoming even, equated more and more with a regional sort of party. However, the Himachal victory first and now with Karnataka, both these victories do give them some kind of thing to look up to. As far as the BJP is concerned, the very fact that the Congress can now say BJP Mukt South India is something which will hurt, because they had got Karnataka as one place in South India. To lose that is, of course, a blow, and I think that has a larger significance.
All right, Sanjay.
Finally, as far as 2024 is concerned,
the big question.
It is quite silly, obviously, to extrapolate state elections necessarily with national elections. But the fact of the matter is that this time, I think the opposition, every single regional party, quite apart from the Congress, is aware that the BJP is no longer the old BJP. It doesn't really believe in a federal structure. It doesn't believe in this thing. It wants to dominate the country as one party. They've made it very clear over the past several years. So I think every regional party is aware of that. And I think they will try their best. Whether successfully or not, I do not know. But they will try to join hands, at least have an understanding between
and
each
this
other.
Raises the Congress's stature.
Congress's also ability
you have Mamata Banerjee tweeting about it, you have Hemant Soren.
And I think that it does to some extent make the 2024 contest a little more interesting. Not, most people were saying, we know that Modi will win again. What's the point of discussing it? It's a boring. Now we are now like China and, North Korea and, Turkey and everything. There will be only one party and the rest of the opposition does not matter. I think it makes it a little more interesting.
Little more interesting, that much you'll grant. We'll get more comments on what the Karnataka results mean. But for the moment, we'll just slip into a short break and return with more. Welcome back. We're discussing the Karnataka results, the Congress sweep in Karnataka, and what this means for the political landscape, what this means for 2024. Let's go across to our guests. And Sanjay Shastri, you had a point to make on what this means going forward for 2024.
I think a couple of things. One is for the Congress, it's energized the cadres, and I think more than looking at 2024, it'll be step by step. You look at Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh next, where again there's a direct Congress versus BJP fight. So this victory there would be significant in sort of giving hope to the cadres in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan.
And it can be done if you fight it
in
this energetic, decisive manner.
It can be done. And the second issue is in Karnataka, they've successfully sort of focused the debate on issues rather than personality. Now, if they can convert that similar debate at the national level, at a broader national level, where you focus it more on pertaining issues rather than on the prime ministerial candidate, and if they're able to succeed the way they did in Karnataka, it could provide a formula for the opposition in 2024 on how to lead an issue-based election rather than a personality-driven campaign.
All right. Interestingly, the Prime Minister has just tweeted, congratulations to the Congress party for their victory in the Karnataka polls. My best wishes to them in fulfilling people's aspirations. I thank those who have supported us in the Karnataka elections. I appreciate the hard work of BJP Karyakartas, and we shall serve Karnataka with even more vigor in the times to come. Deshratan, now your comments on, firstly, this defeat and what this means for the BJP.
For the BJP, I am sure, if you look at from the Karnataka perspective, they have to do a lot of soul searching and have to come up with strategies which are better, both at the level of perception and also on the ground. There is no doubt that the BJP workers worked very hard. The Prime Minister's popularity is intact. In fact, it is increasing. So if you connect it to the national elections, the Prime Minister is still the most popular, and in fact his popularity, if you look at the charts, is still increasing. And obviously it will be issue based on national issues and the local issues. The elections are always a fusion of national and local issues. You know, it's not that you can segregate the two. They are always together. Yes, in the Lok Sabha elections, the national issues will dominate more than the local issues. But the BJP should not take it for granted that they are already winning. Because Karnataka is a prime example that if you have some strategies which don't work, which means there is something which is required more from the leadership and also from the level of the Karyakartas. So somewhere down the line, the Congress strategies paid them, and obviously the lack of leadership or the credible face after the Yadurappa in Karnataka was lacking. And
that Yadurappa factor, that is something everyone's talking about, even the Congress, even the BJP.
Somehow BJP was unable to create a strong regional leadership after Yadurappa, and it does take time because Yadurappa just left the scene and he said, this is I have left the active politics, but I'll be there in the elections. But that, people also take it that he's slowly going out of the scene. And the second level of leadership is non-existent out there. Yes, Mr. Bommai was given the time. He's a good leader, no doubt about it, but a 2-year period is not that much.
Did the BJP make a mistake in thinking their Gujarat formula could work in Karnataka? In Gujarat, you had the Prime Minister campaigning. We saw, how much road shows and rallies that he addressed, and the local leadership, however, did not matter.
And a change in CM barely a year before the election.
And the people in Gujarat, some of them who we interviewed, could not even name the Chief Minister, but yet it had the best showing ever, and it went to the credit of the Prime Minister. And did they make a mistake in thinking perhaps this could be translated in Karnataka as well?
No. I think Prime Minister has his own style, and he brings up the kind of energy which we saw in the last leg of the election, even in Karnataka also. Yes, strategy-wise, certain things like Bajrang Dal issue which had come up, yes, it did gravitate the Muslims towards the Congress. There is no doubt about it. Some kind of polarization. The counter-polarization did not take place, which is generally which happens, and the local issues.
But you think the Bajrang Dal issue was such a big issue? It was in the last couple of days, and I know a lot of energy in the news channels went into that. But was it really such a big issue?
See, the old Mysuru region, the Muslims shifted towards the Congress, which we have seen, and the micro analysis has to be done for other regions also. I have the information about the old Mysuru region. So ultimately, it has happened out there, the Bajrang Dal, and the counter polarization did not take place. Yes, there are issues, and I think the lack of leadership is the one crucial factor in the BJP in Karnataka, that there was a vacuum, and they are trying to build up the party. 71 new faces. So slowly these people will work on the ground, and BJP, prepares a long-term strategy, which is always there. This state, they knew there are problems. The results clearly show. Even on the last time, they had 36% vote, and Congress had more votes, 2% more votes. So that work they have to do a lot. Yes, vote shares. So they still have to work a lot. Yes, the Prime Minister did put in everything in the last minute, but it could not translate into number of seats. Yes, their vote share is almost intact, but there also, as the co-panelist says, a lot of micro analysis is to be done out there.
According to you, what's the learning from these results, and which way has the vote share gone? Lingayat vote share seems to, a lot of it has gone with the Congress, which has been very interesting to see. And again comes back to that Yediyurappa factor.
Yeah, no, so I think the Bajrang Dal issue, Gargi, was interesting for us in Delhi. On the ground, it had no resonance. It was just an issue for a day, and it just went away. To be honest, if you speak to anybody who's been to Karnataka, they would say the same thing. So far as Mr. Nigam said that the Muslim votes went towards the Congress, I think that would have happened regardless, because trackers were showing as early as last year that Congress is around the 125 range. And that a lot of the Muslims were voting for the Congress because the JDS, trust in the JDS and whether they would ally with the BJP later or not was something that was a little sketchy. So that's happened. The other thing that's happened is Congress has gained, as per the exit polls, 2 major blocks. One, the Muslims. Second is SC/ST. We're not talking about it. If you look at the reserved seats, Congress's strike rate is 65%. That is huge. Just do some analysis on the margins.
But clearly it's on the Congress's mind, because they, Rahul Gandhi said the poor have voted.
Yes, and Mr. Kharge himself comes from the same group. If you look at the margins, in the SC/ST seats where the BJP is won, the margin is 9,000 votes. Average margin when the Congress has won an SC/ST seat is 20,000 votes. So the SC/STs have polarized, or they've consolidated behind the Congress. The Kurba OBCs have come behind the Congress. Now, Lingayat and Vokaliga, let's look at them differently, right? What's happened in the Vokaliga belt is vote has split away from JDS, and it has gone to both the BJP and the Congress. The Congress has benefited more because the Congress has also picked up JDS's other residual vote. So JDS is the biggest loser of this election, with a drop of around 6 percentage points in its vote share. Both BJP and Congress have benefited. In other regions, Congress has picked up votes from the BJP's kitty. One of them is the Lingayat vote, but in general, the other OBC vote, other SC/ST vote has also gone from the BJP to the Congress. Otherwise, nothing else can explain what has happened in Mumbai, Karnataka and Central Karnataka, which are BJP's citadels within Karnataka. And here the Congress has decisive leads. It's as if something has flipped so last I checked, in in Central Karnataka, where last time the BJP got 20 and Congress got 5, this time the Congress is 16, BJP is 8. And something similar has happened in Mumbai, Karnataka as well, where last time BJP was 30 out of 50, this time Congress is around 30 out of 50. And then in Hyderabad, Karnataka, which is dominated by SC/ST and Muslims, Congress has swept. Out of the 41 seats, they were picking up 28 last I checked. Right. So Congress has picked up from all groups, some more, some less, and in different regions.
That's clear in the map also. We're seeing blue all over, whereas the orange is in some areas. We'll have to.
So Lingayat, Gargi still stays solid behind the BJP. There's been some gravitation, but that gravitation has been enough for the Congress to flip the seats in their favor.
All right. So for the BJP, the clear hunt for local leaders in Karnataka. We'll slip into a short break now and be back with more. Stay with us. back. We're bringing you the results of Karnataka. The results are pretty much there to see. Now, if we talk about the declared seats, 133 for the Congress. So far, 218 out of the 224 seats have been declared. Remember, what we're showing you at the bottom of the screen are the leads, but so far the declared seats, 133 for the Congress. That's up by 55 seats, while for the BJP, it is 63 and JDS is at 19. Ajay Bose, we've been talking, every Congress reaction we've seen so far has given credit to the Bharat Jodo Yatra for sure. Like, even Priyanka Gandhi Vadra mentioned it. Every other leader has mentioned the fact that Rahul Gandhi took out this Bharat Jodo Yatra, and that somehow played a very decisive role. What's your view on that?
Well, firstly, let me underline that usually what we are used to with the Congress is to praise the Holy Family. But I must say that this time it's far less, and they talk about the workers and the local leaders, so which is good. But of course, Bharat Jodo Yatra is seen as a turning point in the Gandhi leadership's optics. And the fact that Rahul Gandhi walked, and he actually, in a very hostile media environment, actually got really positive media coverage even. So I think that is something which...
So at that time, I remember the sort of, analysis of it was, he's walking too soon for Karnataka elections. He's not reaching Himachal Pradesh before the results. He's nowhere near Gujarat.
No, absolutely. And also many people felt that that's all very well. People are coming, and the very fact that a political leader of Rahul Gandhi's stature is walking. Because nowadays netas are all on podiums. And, they are surrounded by security and huge numbers of cars. And here is a guy walking. So that people are naturally excited about it. And a lot of people, and he did get a lot of enthusiastic response. But will it transfer into votes? Now, I think a place like Karnataka, where you have a good local organization, you have cadre, you have local strong regional leaders, something like Bharat Jodo Yatra is an add-on. It really also enthuses, and Rahul Gandhi, as his strike rate wherever he walked through is very high. But of course the Congress strike rate is very high. Therefore, in UP, it may not have any impact at all.
Sure.
So we have to sort of be very careful about judging the impact of Bharat Jodo Yatra. Yes, I think that it is a plus in places like Karnataka. So the real story is that there are some places where the Congress local organization is strong. They have regional leaders, and they have to basically talk about local issues and not do this personality
let's
contest.
Take that to Ikram Sandhu. He's still there with us. If we talk about, what worked for the Congress in Karnataka, and this is a learning that the Congress can now take to other states, perhaps use the same sort of, the fact that local leadership, strong local leadership, hitting the ground running right from, 2 years, 3 years before elections, etc. And though now we have just a few months for other states to go into elections.
Yeah, Gargi, everything actually worked. Karnataka is one state that we have to understand. We have a very strong cadre. So it's a cadre-based party as far as Karnataka is concerned. There's certain other states where we have to do work on that. And as Joyce had already said, UP is one state where we are lacking in cadre. And therefore, even a Bharat Jodo Yatra, being very truthful, will not have an effect that it had in Karnataka. But then the man undertook that exercise. He did something which has not been done in independent India. And people of India recognize that there is something that he has done which is out of the box, which nobody has done before. And it was a very selfless exercise where he talked about the issues of the people. And as the yatra went on, you saw the traction increased. And journalists were there, and they were spellbound of what happened when we finally reached Kashmir. Kashmir was, it was just hitting it out of the ballpark. People, Kashmiris came out with Indian flags, cheering him on, and a state came where there were so many people that the paramilitary forces said, we cannot control the situation here. So that is what he has done. And you have to give Mr. Rahul Gandhi credit for that he undertook that walk. He set the moral compass as far as our party is concerned. What are the issues that we stand on? What are the issues that we have to highlight? What is it that the people want? And Karnataka has been the one big litmus test which has come after the Yatra, where the issues of the people have been highlighted. And BJP
right, now the challenge is to, use that, and because these are not issues that were new for the Congress to talk about poverty, about, inflation, about gas cylinders. That's all something that we've heard from the Congress before. But here you managed to somehow translate it and, catch the imagination of the people. And the test will be to see whether you can do this, going forward as well. Sanjay Shastri, the big challenge.
Just 10 seconds,
sure.
If you allow me. Politics is all about catching the imagination of the people. What Mr. Rahul Gandhi has done, he's caught the imagination of the people. And this is the first episode. And now we will go further ahead. We have Madhya Pradesh, we have Rajasthan, we have Chhattisgarh, we have Telangana, finally culminating in the next general election in 2024. And Congress is very confident that by
Vishwa has a point to make there. I'll give it to you.
We can hit BJP where it hurts them the hardest.
Yeah, just have a quick comment.
See, now Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh elections are nearing, and Rajasthan, we know what Congress has promised 5 years back and what they did on the ground. With that report only, we are going with the people.
Now your
and
problem in Karnataka has been you had no, local leadership, and right now in Rajasthan, your BJP is having a problem of leadership right now. That's something we'll have to sort out soon.
And your chief minister
hold on, Hold on, I was keeping quiet. Today's the result day. I congratulated you.
Mr. Sandhu,
today's the result day. I congratulated you. I congratulated you.
Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. See, even in Rajasthan now they have to see. I saw Priyanka Gandhi comparing about the Mahangai ki baat kar raha tha Priyanka Gandhi when the election results out of Karnataka. Now the Mahangai ka baat Rajasthan mein bhi ho raha hai. Let them face the music now. Let them answer now the people. That we will go. As far as Karnataka is concerned, obviously, yes, we do accept in the democracy. It happens. See, winning or losing is always there. We will definitely come back. We'll work as a strong opposition. In Karnataka also, we will ensure that, Congress should implement whatever the promise which they have given it to the people of Karnataka. They said within a week or within 10 days, probably, the people of Karnataka will get 200 units of power for the month of April.
Thank you so much both for joining us. And the big question is, who's the chief minister who's going to be fulfilling those promises? We'll slip into a short break and return with more. Stay with us.